Hello everyone, Wendy Hope here. Welcome to tonight's 2020 Bright Light Big Dream. I'm so sad I can't be there this year to see faces, but I get to be there virtually. Thank goodness for technology. I come from some trauma in my background, and so my heart is really for these kids and these people that really need help. So if we could come together tonight, that would be awesome, and help the mission of Lad Lake, which is to help heal the trauma that a lot of times we can't heal on our own. And I know that all too well. I'm so grateful for the people in my life that have been in my life and continue to be in my life to help me along my journey of healing. And I have a really cool song that really ties us all together. It's Rise Up by Audra Day. Just that amidst trauma, amidst life, amidst our circumstances now, we can come together and rise up together, and we can do it for each other. I can do it for you tonight as I sit in my basement, and you guys can do it for each other and for Lad Lake tonight. So that's my message for you. I hope you have a great evening. Thank you so much.
You're broken down and tired of living life on this merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we're gonna work it out and move mountains. We're gonna work it out, yes. Move mountains, and I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. Yes, I'll rise up, high like the wave. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. The you, the you, the you, the you. Silence isn't quiet, feels like it's getting so hard to breathe. I know you feel like dying, but we're gonna bring the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring the world to its feet. Move mountains. Yes, I'll rise up, we have each other. We will rise, we will rise, we will rise. Oh, 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 oh. So rise up, rise like the day. I will rise up. In spite of the aches, I will rise. I'll do it 1,000 times again. Yes, and we'll rise up, rise like the day. We'll rise up, rise unafraid. We'll rise up, and we will do it 1,000 times again. Yeah, we'll rise up, rise like the wave. We'll rise up. In spite of the ache, we'll rise up. We'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you. It's for you. Ooh, for you. We will rise. It's for you. Ooh, for you. For you. For you. I will rise.
Good evening and welcome to Bright Lights, Big Dreams. My name is Joyce Garbasiak from WISN 12, and I'm thrilled to be able to join you again this year to celebrate several very special young people from Lad Lake. Thank you for sharing your time with us this evening. We're happy that you're here. The COVID-19 pandemic has caused disruption in all of our lives, yet we figure out a way to keep going. Last year, it was my honor to join you in person. I was struck then by the stories that were shared, and I'm sure you'll be able to say the same after this year's program. As you'll hear, these kids have been through a lot and didn't get the foundation a lot of us have been fortunate to have. Yet they persevere, and it's so inspiring to see them succeed. Each year, Lad Lake comes alongside young people who have been confronted by trauma and are often involved in the child welfare and/or juvenile justice system. Lad Lake helps them to be safer, healthier, and better supported by their community and family and have more promising futures. Lad Lake helps them heal. Our community has so many wonderful things to celebrate, but at the same time faces many difficult challenges. We'll be sharing some of these challenges this evening. Tonight is an opportunity to showcase the struggles and triumphs of the young people that Lad Lake cares for. Young people who have faced trauma, fear, and desperation. Young people who have learned to hope again. Hope in dreams, hope that life will get better, and hope to begin to believe in themselves again. We're excited to share with you some of their stories and how Lad Lake has supported them in their journey. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Jim Hunzinger. Jim is the Executive Vice President of Hunzinger Construction Company. He also serves as Chair of Lad Lake's Board of Directors. Jim?
Good evening. On behalf of Lad Lake's Board of Directors, welcome. 12 years ago, I was invited to my first Bright Lights, Big Dreams celebration. I attended, and that evening I began to understand the impact that this organization has on our community. The difference that Lad Lake is making throughout the greater Milwaukee area, and how Lad Lake's mission of guiding growth is benefiting many of the most vulnerable young people in our community. I was inspired. My sincere hope is that tonight you too will be inspired and realize the need for this important work, and that supporting this work is indeed worthwhile. One night each year, we celebrate and recognize youth that have overcome their circumstances. Their stories are humbling and inspiring. Their stories are stories of triumph. Young people you will meet tonight were nominated by their caregiver. This year, 37 were nominated for this special recognition. Each of these youth will receive support, furthering their education and funding their ongoing needs. Lad Lake's Bright Lights, Big Dreams has already recognized 376 young people and awarded over $75,000. Each nomination was carefully considered by a group of volunteers. 6 were chosen to share in awards totaling $5,000. You will hear from 2 of them tonight. These awards serve to provide confirmation that their 300 caregivers and all of us recognize the difficult circumstances that they have overcome. We support them and we believe in them. My hope is that you will learn more about Lad Lake's mission of healing and how it impacts over 1,100 lives each year. My hope is that you will be humbled and inspired by what you learned this evening, the same way that I was 12 years ago. Please consider investing in Lad Lake this evening. This event is worthwhile. Lad Lake's mission is worthwhile. And these young men and women are indeed worthwhile. Tonight, let's celebrate healing. Let's celebrate overcoming. And let's celebrate triumph. Again, thank you for joining us this evening. It is now my pleasure to introduce my friend and tonight's spotlight sponsor, Steve Atkins. Immediately following Steve's remarks, we will hear from someone that I enjoy working very closely with, President and CEO of Lad Lake, Dan Magnuson. And now, Steve Atkins.
Hello everybody. Like all of you viewing this video, we are disappointed that we cannot be here this year to connect with you. Every year at your Gala event, we are inspired and encouraged by hearing the stories of life change as a result of the work that you do to help young people. You believe in them. You encourage them, and you support them with the resources they need to survive and thrive. Cornerstone is a big fan of this work, and we are huge believers in the life-changing impact that you have on young men and women who may have nowhere else to turn. Thank you, and you can depend on us to continue this very important work. God bless, and thank you again for allowing us to join you virtually.
Welcome. My name is Dan Magnuson. I'm the CEO of Lad Lake. This year's theme for Bright Lights, Big Dreams is the world came together as the people stayed apart. How perfect is that? Thank you for joining us for this evening of celebration of great stories of incredible young people. Our evening would not be possible without a crackerjack steering committee of all volunteers comprised of Michelle Rauschnery, Irene Smith, and Anita Smith, who have led the way in organizing our Bright Lights, Big Dreams experiences over the past few years. Also, Sandy Talbot has helped in the background to make this happen, as well as our staff, Dave Borash and Bridget Brown. Thanks so much for joining us. Sitting next to me this evening is someone who normally sits at the table with me on these evenings, my lovely wife, Linda. Linda's joined us, and thanks, Linda, for coming aboard.
It's my pleasure. I'm a glass half full person, and this is a perfect example of that. Normally, I would be unable to say hello and thank you. I'd be unable to welcome you in person, but here I am to do that today. Hello, thank you for being here. It's an excellent event, and I enjoy attending these each year. Dan, why don't you talk about how Lad Lake has been coping with the COVID pandemic?
Well, in March, as it hit our country and our community, it hit Lad Lake in a big way too. And we have mobilized. And as we look back at the last 5 months of the pandemic and its impact, what I'm struck by is the resilience and adaptability of our staff and the young people that we serve. And you'll hear about that tonight. We mobilized immediately a team of about a dozen staff people who met many times each week in order to put together a response plan to deal with the safety risks and put into place safety protocols, from masks to physical distancing to washing your hands to moving into programs that are become more adaptable using virtual and telehealth, what's called telehealth, counseling sessions and Google Classrooms. A real testament to the resiliency of our staff, the adaptability of our staff. And underneath resilience and adaptability are some core foundational level values that revealed themselves in the last 5 months. And that is that of caring. The dedication and commitment of our staff is absolutely inspirational. That caring breeds and yields hope. And we are together joining with our partners in the community to navigate these times, because a pandemic won't stop us from guiding the growth of the young people that we serve. When I reflect on the 8 years that we've been with Glad Lake, what I am most proud of is the fact that we change lives. We truly change lives. Young people in our care are safer, they're healthier both physically and mentally, they are better supported by their families and the community in which they live, and they have more promising futures. That's because of the dedicated work of our staff and volunteers who surround the young people as they move through their lives. 3 things make Glad Lake distinctive and special. One is that we serve many of the young people in Wisconsin who are most challenged by crises and trauma that, as you said, many of us cannot even fathom. We can't understand the level of crisis and challenge in front of them. And we help these young people in our care with a unique and distinctive range of services, ranging from residential care, alternative education, community-based services, delivered by an experienced, caring, skilled staff, and so that we can walk with them through their healing journey. And because of that, we achieve remarkable results. The list is long. One that pops to my mind right away is that when young people are in our residential care services, that part of what we do, in 90 days, on average, those young people advance over 2 grade levels in their educational experience. Their health and mental health, their resiliency is improved dramatically. The utilization of alcohol and other drugs diminishes. We are all about making sure that those kinds of results happen and that those kinds of results stick. And we could not do this without our staff. We could not do this without the partners in the community who join with us, our investors and our donors. And we are delighted tonight to be able to share the stories of the young people in our universe. It's probably the most inspiring moment of the year, day of the year. Thank you for joining us.
I look forward to seeing you all in person. Let's hope for that next year. Enjoy the evening. We may not be Netflix, but I absolutely think we're better. Wait till you hear the kids' stories. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Brielle. I was born in Elkhorn and I go to school in Delaware. I've had a pretty rough past, if I have to say so myself. I was mostly raised by my grandma and my dad. Unfortunately, my dad is not with me, and he hasn't been for about 5 to 6 years now. I lost him when I was 8 years old. I was there when he died. I suffer from PTSD because of it. But I still would try and try every day and still do to this day. I really appreciate having a mentor, Kristen, because, well, she just makes me feel so positive, and I'm just really happy to be with her and lucky to be with her so I can talk to her about my feelings and everything away from my whole family life. I was really happy to figure out that I got the scholarship. I've been such a big person about school. I've always wanted to go to college. I've always wanted to go to college for my whole life. I'm hoping I want to use the scholarship towards my school education in college, and any of my college tuition I would use with the scholarship. And I'm just really happy overall.
Hello, my name is Arnold Syfax Sr. I'm the youth director at New Testament Church of Milwaukee. I'm familiar with Lead Lake because I used to work there. I used to work at Century with a variety of different kids from 6th all the way through 12th grade. I was also a mentor at the Dossman campus, and I had a variety of different kids that I was mentoring, a variety of different boys from 6th grade all the way up to about 12th grade, and had a chance to talk to them. But I guess in essence, the mini message that I wanted to give you today is a message of believing in yourself. It's a message of self-esteem. It's a message of digging into yourself and seeing that greatness that's in you. I really believe, as a preacher, as a man of God, as a black man in America, I believe that if we want to excel to that next level in the environment that we're in right now, we have to look within ourselves to find that greatness, to find that power, to make those next steps. Those next steps comes with an introspection. It's understanding who we are on the inside. It's learning how to bring that brilliance out when people least expect it. And because you're young, don't let anyone put you down. You've got an awful lot to offer. Don't get hung up on your past. Don't get hung up on the things that you may have done, because trust me, that's going to come around. A lot of people already are talking about what you used to do. So today, I just want you to move beyond thinking about the past, because as long as we're constantly looking backwards, we can't go forward. So I want to just tell you today that there is greatness in you. Don't let your past prevent you from enjoying your present. That's going to catapult you into your future. Lad Lake has been doing a variety of different things, just a yeoman's job of giving inspiration and pulling things out of kids to assist them in the area of motivation and self-esteem. And I just wanted to give you some encouragement today that you have greatness in you. You got to believe in yourself, and you got to be able to move beyond where you are to that next level. And you're doing it, and you've been doing it. And as I listen to the testimonies, it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great year, and it's going to bring out all of the greatness out of you so that everybody in this world will be able to see just how magnificent you are.
My name is Madison. I'm 16 years old, and I ended up running away from home because of bad circumstances that were happening in my life. And I ended up on the streets and ended up having somebody take me in, which is my abuser. And that led me down a path of drugs, sex trafficking, and many other bad things that happened to me. But I ended up getting caught later that month. And so once I got caught, they sent me to Lad Lake on my birthday. And when I went to Lad Lake, it helped me so much. It helped me heal through everything that I was going through. And when I first went there, my mindset was still stuck in I didn't really want to be there, and this wasn't going to help me at all because of being to many different placements before that. And but going there, I ended up finding so many people that supported me, and I was able to move forward from who I was when I was on the streets. And my therapist, Sarah, helped me so much, and she helped me heal through everything that I was going through. And I didn't feel alone once I went there, which is how I felt before I came there. And it gave me a chance to open up about everything. And now I feel like I've moved forward. I've moved forward from who I used to be, and now I'm doing so much better. And I am going to start going to school now, and I'm hoping to graduate high school and go to college. And I want to study psychology so I can be a therapist to help other teen girls who have went through what I went through, and let them know that they're not alone and that they don't have to make choices like I did. And also, I wanted to set up a charity possibly in years from now once I have enough money to save up, so lower income communities have more job opportunities and are able to get education if they would like it and don't have enough money to afford it, because I feel like that's a struggle going on right now, and I feel like that would help make the world a better place. I wanted to give a thank you to everybody at Lad Lake who helped me through everything that I was going through, because I feel like without having the help that I got at Lad Lake, I would still be in an unhealthy mindset, and I would probably still be on the streets if Lad Lake wouldn't have helped me. And I just wanted to thank everybody there.
Good evening. My name is Noah Patrick, and I've had the honor of receiving a grant from a recent Bright Lights, Big Dreams event. My experience with Lad Lake was, simply put, wonderful. What I would like to say about the Lad Lake staff is that they're very welcoming, they're very friendly, and also very professional. One thing I would like to mention about the Lad Lake staff is that not only are they a mentor and a teacher, but they're also your friend, and they're someone to talk to when you're having problems. And what I learned from Lad Lake was I learned a lot. They taught me a lot. They taught me how to budget. They taught me how to be independent. They taught me, how do I live on my own, But most importantly, what they taught me is that I basically knew nothing about living by myself, and that I needed to know more. They taught me how to learn, essentially. I was just like a lot of the youth you are honoring tonight. And I've experienced trauma, I've experienced sadness, and I know how it feels to be alone, how it feels to feel like there's no one there for you. But it's different now, and that's mainly all thanks to Lad Lake. To see my father, hit my mother, throw her around, smash glasses against the wall, drink, yell, And it wasn't only physical, it was mental as well. Call her names, call me names, And he would get it in my head that I would be nothing but a thug, that I'd be a nobody. And it's like, at that point, there's no safe place. When I turned 18, I went to Lad Lake, and they helped me find a home, and they helped me pay the rent and the bills, and they taught me a lot about how to live on my own. And they really gave me a lot of support that I needed from that transition from being in foster care to learning how to live on my own. I wanted to become a firefighter because, for me, I wanted to give back to the community. And being a firefighter, it's a lot more than just, fighting fires. It's a lot of 90% of the job is helping others and caring for others and being passionate about, being there for others. And so when I was pursuing my career as a firefighter, Lad Lake was always there, helping me, pushing me in the right direction, saying that it's the right thing to do, really proud of me, making me feel really good about myself and what I was doing. Each and every day, I have the opportunity to protect and serve the community. And I love the community. The community is what raised me. So I am so happy to finally have the chance to give back to the community that helped make me the person I am today. So I hope you find it in your heart to make an investment tonight, to help Lad Lake, to help the youth just like me. You can text the phone number on your screen right now to support Lad Lake. I would also like to thank, most importantly, I would like to thank Lad Lake for giving me this opportunity to share my story with you tonight. And I would really like to also congratulate each and every one of the people nominated this year for the Bright Lights Big Dreams event. This is a very sincere congratulations to you. I don't know where you've been, and I don't know where you're going. But if you've been nominated tonight for this award, I know you're going great places. Keep up the good work.
My experience here at Lad Lake is an reasonable experience because it really changed something in me. Like, when I first got here, I was fighting, getting in trouble, trying to egg stuff on. But now, like, I could realize, because I'm older, it ain't no reason for that.
When that kid first came to Lad Lake, he was troublesome. He was slow to trust, but quick to respond. And his response was either negatively or aggressively, because he didn't trust people.
The young people that we serve at Lad Lake are some of the most resilient and some of the most challenged young people in the state of Wisconsin. The level of trauma and crisis that they come to us with, typically from court systems, child welfare systems, and juvenile justice systems, recognize Lad Lake as a place where healing can begin.
My mama, she had to rely on me, so usually I just stay there with my siblings, and then I feed them, change their diaper. I already knew how to make a bottle, so then that's when I was in there.
Most of the kids are thrust into adult-like situations, and they act spontaneously, they act impulsive, and they're not making the right decisions. But here at Lad Lake, they are learning skills on how to cope in different situations. You do things based on how you want to be treated.
These youth matter, and regarding academics, we have a special education director who oversees all of the individualized education plans so that each student is getting differentiated learning so they can succeed. And specifically to education, if you do not have a high school diploma, your options are so limited. And already coming from very challenging situations, home lives, socioeconomic situations, to not have an education on top of that is unforgivable.
When I came here, my grades actually started changing because I started listening more, and it was like I could focus more like on what the teacher is saying. Like, I don't gotta go outside and smoke. So without an education, I wouldn't be able to do the stuff I'm doing now.
When a young person in our residential program is here for only 90 days, we know that the odds are very high that they are going to jump over 2 grade levels. And at Lad Lake, we understand that graduating from high school matters, and it matters in a big way. This year, we had the largest class of graduates we've had in a long time, double the number of high school graduates from the year before, and that's all despite and in the face of COVID.
When COVID-19 hit, it was very stressful for all Lad Lake staff, not just the education staff. So the education department felt very strongly that we had to continue, even though other schools were shut down, because we're a critical 8 hours of the student's day.
And what is most remarkable is the response of the staff as they have kept one North Star in their mind and in their heart. And that has been to make sure that we indeed fulfill the core mission, and that is to guide the growth of the young people in our care. And oh boy, have they delivered.
Don't be somebody you're not. Focus on what you gotta do in your life. Don't follow people. Just stick with yourself. Be who you is.
I would say the most rewarding factor of working at Lad Lake is the residents that we work with. We get to see that change, that transformation from a kid that comes in rude and disruptive to someone that begins to learn some skills. And then the staff, they can see this growth in this young man and not take pride in it, but take joy in it and enjoy the person that becomes. This is why I come to work at Lad Lake every day, and I love it.
Since I've been here, I've been on the honor roll 3 times. Can you believe that? 3 times, and like, it's just, I'm off the world.
Thank you so very much for joining us this evening. You know, when I have the pleasure of emceeing events like this, I like to close with this quote. It's a favorite definition of success, and it comes from Ralph Waldo Emerson, who says in part, "To know one life has breathed easier because you have lived, this is to have succeeded." Well, your supporting this cause is helping others breathe easier. So congratulations on your success tonight. We hope this Bright Lights, Big Dreams event leaves you feeling uplifted and inspired. Our youth are our future. Good evening.